And then they charge that person. They might charge them for that placenta that they got from the baby that the Asiatic woman gave birth to. But that's what they do. They do not throw that placenta away. I can tell you for a fact. That's what they do.
You can ask for it.
I worked in the hospital. I was in the what they call the intensive care unit, the CCU, which is the cardiac care unit. They take those placentas and they put it inside the womb, and the reason they do that is because it has DNA that their bodies don't have that will help their bodies to heal. You think they're just doing that with the placenta? We got to think. We are nothing but revenue generators to these corporations. They have absolutely no human feelings whatsoever. It is all a cash flow function for them. We, because we are humans and we have empathy, we can't wrap our minds around the fact that these people function from profit and loss. That's it. They don't care. That's why if you look at anything that these institutions are doing, it's like you went back to the Inquisition period of time and you're in a torture chamber. I started out working in the hospital in the dialysis unit. That is the most inhumane thing that they can do to a being that is still alive, and people do it.
Instead of drinking dandelion tea, which will flush out anybody's kidneys.
It's the most inhumane thing. They take a metal tube because you're going to be coming there 3 times a week. They take a metal tube and they insert it into a small vein, a vein that is small. This tube is huge, and that's sewn in, and you walk around with that for the rest of your life. I mean, the things that these institutions do is torture, and yet people have been mentally conditioned to believe that it's going to give them X amount of quality of life. And then they don't even hide that from you. They'll say, we're going to chop off both of your knees because you're diabetic and there's no more blood flow to your legs, but you'll have a 40% quality of life. Why can't I have 100? I came in with 100. I should walk out with 100. And if I'm losing 60% quality of life, why am I paying you?
Well, no. And do you have anything else to add to him in reference to his situation? I think I told him the facts that if his mother's not down for it, they're just going to come after him to get him out of the way legally.
Well, actually, you're right. They will. They will actually. They won't even come for you. They don't care about you because you're just. And I'm not saying this to be rude.
No, he's done work. He's done work. He said they came to the house.
Right, but see what they will go and get a court order and they will declare her mentally incompetent. They don't care that she has a son there because to them you're just a son. You're not a mother. You're just a son.
Right.
They will declare you mentally incompetent and she will become a ward of the state. Because I'm sure she's up in age.
Yeah, that's my greatest fear. They actually got a so-called whatever restraining order on me, but it's not. They have no jurisdiction over me, over me at all. But I haven't even received it. But they have these quote unquote PPO out on me, and like I mentioned before, they work with another corporation, which is called the police officers. They stormed my mother's domicile with 3 police cars looking for me in regards to a stoplight, a traffic warrant, which was paid off 4 years ago, before I was even woke. but they made that up as an excuse to enter my mother's domicile to look for me because she mentioned and then now she's in fear of thinking that I'm some type of criminal. She doesn't know what about anything. She's pretty much, and she does have mental health issues. That's the key. She does have mental issues.
Let me just say this: if she has mental health issues and she's in their system, everybody knows that she has mental health issues. So what they did was they stormed the home. They used your so-called traffic issue that has already been resolved to storm the home to implant a message into her head. Mm-hmm. All right, because she was cool with you because she's elderly, and see, statistically today, young boys are classified as criminals. They're classified as they out there doing something they ain't got no business doing. That's just, it don't matter what they're doing, but they out there doing something they ain't got no business doing. So when the police comes to your mother or your grandmother, is it your mother or your grandmother?
My mother.
When they come to your mother's home, what gets implanted into her mind is you out there doing something you ain't got no business doing. That's not what's happening, but you got to look at the mental conditioning that's going on. This is a game to these people. This whole thing is a game, and they play it like clockwork. We don't know that this is a game. We're thinking, oh, my God, these people are inhumane, but they're human. So how can they be like this? They're not human. I mean, they might look human, but they're not human. So they don't have the same feelings and empathy that we have. If we go into their neighborhood, if somebody in their neighborhood was selling drugs and we went into their neighborhood to buy the drugs, they would call the police on us. But when their children come into our neighborhood to buy drugs, the elders in our neighborhood call their parents and tell them, come get your children. Because we got empathy. They don't. It's always going to be that way. We are the ones that have to wake up to that. And, honey, I'm sorry to be the one to tell you this, but your mother, just like my mother, she has a mental thinking that is in the old days. She literally thinks that these people are her friends. They're not. And there's almost nothing you can do to convince her of that. And you can continue to try. But I know when my mother went through her situation, I was chewing the doctor up one side and down the other for foolishly giving her drugs that had a warning like that got her in a situation where she developed internal bleeding that required surgery. And she turned and started telling me off for cussing out the doctor that gave mother the drugs that caused her internal bleeding that resulted in surgery. And I realized this is so not my lesson. This is not my lesson. I love my mother, but everybody got a lesson. And the lesson is you're going to be forced to make change. Wake up, you're going to be forced to make change. It's so hard to swallow that pill, but it is a pill that is being rammed down all of our throats.
Islam. I hope the mother answer your question, brother. We got to move on and wrap this up, brother. So peace and love. Peace and love. Welcome to the Amazight Bey Show. Caller 314. We trying to get through all the callers. What's your appellation? Welcome to the Amazight Bey Show.
Islam, beloved Islam. I am Hassan Ghazi Obey at Northwest of How's my family?
Islam.
Islam, Mark. Islam.
Islam. I know you. I know we probably only got like 3 minutes. So I'll be very briefly. I just wanted to point out the fact that you mothers are awesome. You are awesome. You are awesome. Because if it wasn't for you, Mother Anna Eid and Mother Ross Mariah, I'm telling you, I would not be where I am. You guys have given me correction. I've been able to take that correction and not be a punk about it. I've been able to change not only my life, but first and foremost, my vibration. I have been in here literally almost in tears during this broadcast a few times because you guys are hitting vital points that our mothers need to hear. And I'm going to let you know, for the record, there are a lot of mothers tuned in right now as we speak. They're all in the different chats and everything. And I'm so excited that you guys have done what you did tonight. Brother Amazight, thank you. Brother Cujo, thank you. Brother Miz, thank you. Mother Ross Mariah, Mother Anna Eid, thank you. And this is funny because tonight marks the 5-year anniversary of when y'all put in that international proclamation to the Honorable President Barack Hussein Obama. So for those of you guys that are staying in tune to Moors Heritage and History School, to Moors Order of the Round Table, to Canaanland Moors, please be that tree planted by the waters so that you can keep bearing fruit. Please do not stray away from the guarded path. And please know that these proclamations were put in 5 years ago. All we have to do is be ourselves because it's on the behalf of all Moors. Please read and study. Study. I love y'all. I love y'all so much. That's got to be that Uranus retrograde in Aries right now. Peace and love. I give it the floor. Peace and love. Islam.
أعطاني جنسيتي ورجعني لوحدي كنت أدور على طريقة وأنا لقيت عليه أعطاني جنسيتي ورجعني لوحدي. I was searching for a better way and then I found you, Ale. He gave me nationality and brought me back to reality. I was searching for a better way and then I found you, Ale. He gave me nationality and brought me back to reality. I was searching for a better way. I found